Good morning, ladies. It's Penny from Penny's Place. A bit overcast this morning, but still very warm. All my mums and baby birds seem to have flown the nest, so there's nothing for Mr. Pitt to chase around. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is experiment. That's what we're doing, experimenting. Now, you know I like doing a bit of embroidery and beadwork and that. Well, I've been looking at some people as well who do, incorporate shibori ribbon. I think you say shibori? Shibori? No, shibori sounds right. So, I was watching a lady how she did it, because to buy the stuff is very expensive. So, and it's always better if you could do it yourself. So, these are my failures, but are they? Because I've ended up with some beautiful coloured ribbon and string. Right, well my first piece I did was this. Now this is pure silk. It's sari silk. It's you know, it's you get it all plain white like that. But it has got like a texture in it. You know, it's not very smooth and shiny. It's got like a texture in it, this has. And you only get it in like ribbon width. So I thought, well, I must try this because it's silk. And apparently the inks, etc., or dyes, take better to silk than anything else. So this is what I did, but lesson number one, it was too thin to do anything like shibori, but and another thing I did, you wrap it around. What you do is, I get this tin, you kind of wrap it around when it was, before it got all creased up, and then to hold in place I used a lucky band, elastic band. But silly me also went round and round, and I used more elastic bands to hold it, and then I used string. Well, of course, dye and inks don't go through like it's bands, so that's why I've ended up with a lot of white in this one, if you could see. But it is still very, very pretty. I do like the way it's come out. And on this one I think I used, I think on this one I used just normal drawing inks, a cheap brand. I don't know if they were from the works or what have you, but I just poured a little bit out or in a little tray and just painted the ribbon while it was wrapped around. Now once you've done that, you have to kind of, I'll show you on this one, this went all the way up to the lid, and then when you've put one elastic really there and one elastic at the bottom, and the rest is string, and then when it gets to the top you drag it down like this, so you get them folds. I'm just watching a baby styling outside and the fat balls Harper's been making, and this makes all the ridges. Okay, I'll show you this in a minute. So it didn't work out very good with that, but I ended up with some lovely coloured ribbon, which I know will come in handy for lots of things. Oh, there's lots of stylies now. All the babies are getting ready, filling up to eat, and then they'll be flying off for the winter. So, and the string, which I think is beautiful. I'm very happy with how the string turned out. I'll just sit there colouring string all day, I think. But it's beautiful. I like it very much. So that was that one. I then thought, I don't know what was in my box, but it was a bandage. And I thought, oh, I think I'll have a go at dyeing that. So I did exactly the same thing. Now, and I didn't expect it to ruffle up like shibori ribbon, but I did the same effect with this anyway, just to really see how dyes and that would take. This one I did with fabric dye, which I keep in this ice cream pot. And it's just the Dynaflow, yeah, Dynaflow. Like a drain cleaner, doesn't it? Dynaflow. So that's what I've used on here. And I did try to blend it in a bit with my brush. But again, that'll be used for something. It's quite nice. It's just not exactly what I wanted. So that was that one. I then found a proper piece of silk ribbon. Now this was coloured like a very, not lilac, more very pale mulberry. Very similar to this bit at the end. So I wrapped that around. It did have wires in it, so I pulled the wires out. And that's the only length I've got. But I thought I must try again. I did it all again, but again it's too narrow to have really any effect. But again, that's going to make a beautiful flower, a beautiful old-fashioned rose, something like that. So it's not wasted. It's there is still, oh, and then with the last bit of dye, it was on a cloth I was cleaning up. And this was lying at the side. This is satin from a wedding dress. And I just smoothed it all over. So I thought, oh, I like that. And I do like the sheen. And I think really that's what shibori ribbon needs. Is with the silk you get a proper sheen. So I put that to one side. And I thought, I might draw on that. Or paint on that. So that was another byproduct of that experiment. So this one looks very dry. So this is like a polyester. I think I've got it somewhere close by. Close by. It should be in here. Or maybe in here. Yeah, it was in here. Yeah. Yes, here it is. I found it. Sorry ladies, it was from this material. Oh, let's get back in line. It was from this material, which has got a nice sheen to it, but it's not silk naturally. It's usually it's all polyester, isn't it, that type of stuff. So that's what I've been using on this little pot here. So I thought we'd cut this one together and see how this one turned out. So as I say, I just did it the width of the I don't think you can double it. I think it's better to just do, you know, one turn of the tin if you want. So I'm just going to cut, if I can see them. Oh yes, I have to get some more fat balls out with them baby birds as they fly away a long way. So, and then I'll snap my string. It's better to dry it naturally, and of course depending how thick it is or how wet your cloth is will depend how long it takes to dry. But I did this yesterday morning and I think it's dry, so we're going to see. Again, look at that lovely string, but of course you can reuse it again if you don't want all that string for another project. So I've got another lucky band here, and as I say, you'll get that white bit there because dye doesn't go through it. I think I've done it. Let's see. It feels like there's wrinkles, doesn't there? But it's still stuck. Hold on. Oh, it is stuck. Oh, that's more like it, isn't it? I know it wants trimming off. I think the next one, if I use this, which I think I will, it's quite hard. It's not retained the silkiness. Now I used, what does it use on this? Inks. That's what I used on this. Inks. I think I've used inks on both of them. But it's getting there. It is getting there. So if I trim the ends, but it's just not silky enough, if you know what I mean. But again, it'll be used for something, but it's getting there, but it's not exactly what I want. So this last piece I did, yeah, it feels very dry, is satin, which is like that, a wedding dress satiny feel, but that has got a nice sheen to it. So while I'm experimenting, I thought I'll have a go at everything, me. So I've got lucky bands somewhere, which I can't find. I'll find them with my very small scissors are downstairs. Here's, now I can see, I don't want all this to tip out. I've got, what is it I've got in it? Barley. Barley for soups, and plus weighing down things if I need if I need a bit of weight, like barley or lentils or anything like that. I'm gonna have to snap that string, I think. We'll be here all day, ladies. There we go. Snap that. You could take a bit more, bit more time, because you'll be doing it not on camera. Oh, there we go. So a tiny bit more string. Again, this looks, I quite like the shine on this. So, but I think the problem with this one is it's going to be too thick, you know, to look delicate on any embroidery. But there again, depends what kind of embroidery. If you're doing something like for a book cover and you want something not quite as delicate, I don't want to cut the actual material. Right, let's have a look. There's the string. Oh, you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. There's a nice shine to it. So this might be one of the better experiments. Yeah, I quite like that, but again, it's too thick. It's good for a big project, if you know what I mean, but it is too thick. But you can see, can you see a little bit of it? It's coming, it's definitely coming. So I'm hoping to get better. I'm going to look for some more satin, maybe thinner than this, because that was the whole depth of that. But I'm going to have to try a bit harder to find something more than that. But as I say, I think it's because it's so thick, therefore I couldn't get too many creases in it. So, but that's experiment anyway. That's what we do, isn't it? It's like a science laboratory sometimes. So, but beautiful colours. Absolutely beautiful colours on here. And I used, what did I use? I think I used the dye flow on here. Maybe I can forget now what I've used on that. I should have marked it on the back, shouldn't I, or something. So, but that's come out very bit better. And now I've learnt not to put too many elastic bands on. So that's good. But I have sent away for a little piece of silk. Because mostly I would be hunting around charity shops, etc. But I don't feel brave enough to go any that are open. There's not many open at all, and I'm not very brave to go in them at the moment. So that's that. The other thing I wanted to show you, let me see the time, yes, is dodging around all the videos and Pinterest and things like that. I came across this idea. Normally when I do a pattern, I do a copy on the copy machine, then I cut them out on here, and then I transfer them to cardboard, any kind of cardboard, just to make them a bit stronger. So this lady was saying she's been experimenting, and especially for items that you want to do a few of, or put to one side and maybe do later, but the cardboard and paper only lasts so long. So she transferred her pattern to plastic. So she experimented for us, which was very nice of her, and one of the best she came up with was chopping board plastic, which is what I got here. Okay, and this is only cheap. It's from like a home base type place. I can't remember if it was home base or bargain home or something. I'm not sure, but it's kind of rough that side. But actually, that's quite a good thing because it gives a bit of grip onto the fabric while you're drawing around it. So, and it cuts fairly easily. I have got a weakness in my thumb, so it does hurts the thumb a little bit. It depends how many pieces you need, of course, and I have done very small pieces. So, and I have used this. I have used these to actually draw around fabric and cut around fabric. So that was the smallest. As you can see, it's a little ear, if you're wondering what that is, and that's the sole of a foot. So I think that was a brilliant idea, and then I keep them in here, which Arthur's boss kindly sent some over. I think they put, not invoices, but any information that they need for instruments. Arthur's an instrument technician, and they have to put things in wallets to go with the machines and that. So, but they're very handy for things like this. So that's what I'll be keeping in there. And we've got all colours to your heart's content. So that was that tip. I don't think there was anything else to show you. Just a quick look at my beautiful babies and wings. Those are baby faces. I wonder what she's doing with baby faces. And there's a little baby. These are all with Fimo clay. 2 babies and a pair of wings. No, I'm not going to make a fairy out of him with them anyway. It's a bit too big. So I will be showing you in due course what these ended up as. I do thank you for watching, ladies. Stay safe. Nothing else I should tell you, I don't think. So I'll come back when I think of something to tell you. I don't like that. The red car's gone past. I think it's going to be a very wet weekend. A very wet week. We've had the weekend. So definitely staying in more. Oh, I stayed in more last week. Never mind, more crafting to be done. Thank you, ladies, for watching, and welcome to all new subbies I have noticed. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye. Stay safe.